Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Iman Isaac bin Muhammad Saleh, and my metric number is 23BE01015. So for the first slide will be the definition of teaching aids. Teaching aids is a tool of resources that teacher or lecturer or even tutor use to facilitate learning, and also for the learners. For instance, they use slides, mahjong paper, flashcards, or else. Teaching aids plays the most important part in teaching because it improves engagement and attract the students' attention, and also it simplify the complex of concepts. For the next slide is Assure Model Overview. A is for analyze, S is for state, another S is for select, U is for utilize, R is for require, and E is for evaluate. The purpose of Assure is to ensure the teaching is aligned with learner needs and also lesson goals. For the first step is analyze learner. The first thing we need to do is to address our questions based on few segregation. At this point, we need to segregate the context into few types, which is based on age, prior knowledge, and also grades. For example, for my Form 3 English class, I observed that 70% were visual learners, so I prioritize diagrams and also videos. Okay, for the second step, which is state objective. The first thing we need to do is the formula. Student will be added action verb plus topic and also plus 2. For example, student will write their own letter based on the written guide and the video given.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khairul Idham bin Khairul Nizam, and my matrix number is 23BE01001. So now I will present for the step 3, which is select methods and materials. So for the types of teaching aids, we chose the digital teaching aids for the students to use. For example, the YouTube video about writing a letter using Quizizz for writing comprehension test and Google Form for writing test, and also reading notes with letter example. So these methods can enable the objectives of the lesson to be achieved for this topic. So for the step 4, which is utilize media and materials, the implementation strategy for this lesson is letter example, which is the letter we have included in the reading section from the Google site, and then for the next part, which is video guide, and then guided practice, and then the independent use for the letter. For example, we show the students how to write a letter in the video guide we have uploaded in YouTube, and then the students write their letter in the practice section of the Google site. So for the fifth step, which is require learner participation, we chose the quizzes and hands-on activities for the active learning techniques. For example, after the video on how to write a letter was shown to the students, they will refer to the reading guide again and then write their own letter for the practice exercise. This part uses the Dale's concept of doing and watching. So for the last step, which is evaluate and revise, we use the assessment methods for surveys, observation, and test scores. For example, students struggle with the quiz interface, hence I added a step-by-step guide. So this means that if the students struggle when trying to answer the quiz I have provided in the Google site, I will add a step-by-step guide for them to answer correctly. So this shows the feedback loop and how data drove improvements for the students to answer the question and then improve the overall understanding of the lesson. So for the Dale's cone of experience integration, for the abstract part, which is the highest part of the Dale's cone, we have provided an example of letter for the reading session for the students to understand how the letter is written, and then they can gain overall understanding of how to write it. And then for the second part, which is the middle part of the Dale's Cone, we have provided videos from YouTube, and we have demonstrated in the video how to write a letter with a little bit of acting, and so that they will understand how to write the letter depending on the situation. And then for the last part, which is concrete, which is the base part of the Dale's Cone, we have students need to write their own letter so that they will understand by themselves how to write it, and then gain more understanding of how to write the letter in the future. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Daniel Hakim bin Hairul Rizal, and my metric number is 23BE01004. So for the next slide is applying Dale's Cone to teaching aids. Okay, for the first one, we're gonna talk about teaching aids example at each level. Okay, for the first one, we have abstract reading example from teaching aids. The later, for the middle, we have YouTube video on the Google site, and then for the concrete, building their own letter for the guidance. They can learn from the step that was included in the Google site. Okay, why applying Dale's Cone to teaching aids works? It is because the letter example anchors abstract concept in physical experience. Okay, the next slide is effectiveness of teaching aids. Quantitative data, test score, and completion rate. Qualitative data, student feedback from the video make the writing lesson easier to understand. Teaching aids improve engagement but require extra prep time. Okay, next one is challenges. Common issues from the student is student didn't know how to start writing a letter. Second, they don't know about the right format to write the letter, and the last one is students are not familiar with online exercise. And then for the solution, we provide them with a clear instruction from the teaching aid. For the conclusion, ensures systematic teaching aids design. Second, Dale's Cone maximize retention. For example, call to action, start small, pick one lesson to redesign with these frameworks. And the last one is Q&A prompt. What's one teaching aid you like to try developing?